O'Neill drives one in the air. Deep right field. It's got a chance. Grand slam. Way back it might be. It could be. Cubs win. Cubs win. Cubs win. Holy cow.
The Dingers podcast is on the air. I'm your host, Mitch. I'm here with Jeff and Kevin, and it is a Monday night. We are recording as the Cubs are taking on the D-Gens from Upcountry, the Milwaukee Brewers, and the Cubs have a 3-0 lead. So this episode will be a little bit of like watch along / trade talk, Jed Hoyer extension talk, and just all that wrapped up into this episode. Boys, how we feeling? How we feeling about going into this big, huge series? This is a big week. We got trade deadline on Thursday, big series versus the Brewers, best two teams in baseball, squaring off. You have Mizorowski versus Boyd tonight. How we feeling, boys?
Feeling good. Nauseous, sick to my stomach, hot sweats, cold sweats, fingernail discomfort.
Wow.
Fingernail discomfort.
All the things.
That's
great.
There.
So take some X-Lax. You'll get through it. I'm feeling good. I saw in the pregame for the game this evening, somebody sent in a tweet, and I thought it summed up things well. It feels like the Super Bowl. It feels like that wild card NFL game or whatever, the you have to win to keep going. Like these feel like big games. And I think somewhere else it was like looking out and seeing, oh gosh, Scott, Hug Watch. Yep, Hug Watch is in full effect. It's been since, I think somebody said 2018, since I've really felt a series that's been this important to the potential.
And this early in the season, yeah. It's like,
yes, yep.
What's bad? Like I've started probably a month ago already, like checking the standings and checking scores like every single night. And so like it's a good thing.
Come from?
It's a good thing that we're there. At the same time, it's like, dang, it's this early and we're already like into this checking the scores every single night. It's easy tonight because we're playing the team that we need to beat that are right behind us. Milwaukee Brewers went on a hot stretch there before the All-Star break, and after the All-Star break took 3 from the Dodgers and have been playing good baseball. They have exciting young pitching tonight. Mizorowski. Cubs put up 3 in the first inning, got his pitch count up. Brewers are kind of knocking at the door now, just pushed a run across, got 2 on, second and third with 1 out. Boyd has looked off tonight. Missing location, started off the game with 2 walks, got bailed out by a great double play by Shaw, and then another amazing play right after that by Shaw. Just hasn't looked sharp. And this is a little concerning because you're just coming off of an Imanaga start where he didn't look sharp as well against the White Sox. And they're your 2 best pitchers. They need to carry you. So even gets you where when we get to trade talk and we're looking at starting pitching, that it makes it even that more important to get a starting pitching.
Nice, Scott. Nice.
Big thing that happened today, big news, is Jed Hoyer signed an extension. What does that do for this week in the trade deadline? Do you think it plays a big part, like why they announced it now rather than next week or the following week? Why do you think it's so important that they made this deal happen now on a Monday before Thursday's trade deadline? Why do you think, Kevin?
So for me, I was thinking about it a couple of weeks ago when the trade chatter started to kind of ramp up, and I was just in my head going, if Hoyer's a lame duck president, like he could do nothing and walk out of the building, and he could do a ton of things that are not great for the organization and walk out, or he could play it well, but he's got there's very little for him riding on this trade deadline. And now that he's locked in for, I could never see how many more
Yeah,
years.
I don't know how it said an extension. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it just
don't
said like
come out.
multi-year extension. But regardless, coming into it, I feel a lot better knowing that he's going to be here because he's then. It makes me feel like Ricketts and him have an agreement. They have a plan, and if that plan is Hoyer's, hopefully it's a good one, and then he can actually enact some trades. And it reminds me a little bit of the 2016 season, or really the 2015-ish season. There's just kind of this moment where it felt like, oh, not only are we going this year, they see something behind this, and they're going to build even better for next year as well. I feel very comfortable with it. Feel pretty
That's
good.
where it makes me even more comfortable that I think, like Russell says, he has more skin in the game and the success now of wanting to win in the future. Now, if you were Jed Hoyer and you wanted to go out and win, you would have sold the farm trying to win this year, knowing that like, well, Kyle Tucker might not be there. Now you have more skin in the game because you're like, okay, I need to trade, and so that means when. I know when they're going to make a trade for a starting pitcher and they're not going to get a rental. They're going to get somebody that is cost controlled for the next couple of years, which that makes me lean more towards the Mackenzie Gore, the Edward Cabrera type guys when they're looking at those type of deals. And it makes me like think maybe the Suarez deal for third isn't going to happen. I don't know, but like, I like that the deal is done. I like that the deal is announced early, and so that even people that are getting traded and coming here now know what to expect out of the Cubs. They know, even Cal Tucker doing it this early. Now, if they're going to have any talks with him, they know he's going to be here for a while. Like, he's coming back, and Jed Hoyer's going to be here for the next like 3 years or 4 years, whatever. If I sign, at least I know his vision, rather than they're going to have a new president of baseball operations here in the next couple days, like next year, and I have to try to sign with them and not really know their vision. So I think it's a good thing. But man, I'm excited for what's to come. And as the Brewers just tie it up 3-3 here in the third with one out still.
You're a little bit ahead of me, Mitch.
Dang it. Michael Boyd. Anyway, let's talk some trades.
Indeed.
Obviously, the Cubs need starting pitching. Have had very little production out of third base this year. The relief pitchers, they could add a couple of them. What do you think, and maybe a name out there that you're like, okay, this is who I think they're going to go get? I mentioned a couple. Jeff, who's like a guy that like, okay, they're going to go get this guy?
I have no clue. I am reading these articles and the speculation stuff, and I just feel like they're not going to do shit. I honestly really do.
A little negativity from the Jeffy Poo.
Yeah. Well, you know what? They've let me down in the past.
I
And
see you protecting yourself.
And history repeats itself.
Are you worried about getting your heart too into this, and then you might get a couple shocks or two?
I am. They drug me back in this year with a fantastic play in the first half. Got me all excited again, and then here we are 3 1/3 days before the trade deadline, and I haven't really heard anything about they're talking to this person's agent, they're talking with this one, or any of that shit.
I like when you don't hear it.
Mm-hmm.
I like when you don't hear it because I think Jed works better when he's like behind closed doors when you're not hearing anything. It's when you hear a whole bunch of junk is when it makes me mad. Brewers just took a lead for 4-3.
That's what I was thinking, the same thing, Mitch, because like I don't think we heard a lot about the Kyle Tucker trade before it kind of went down. We didn't hear much about signing Shota until it went down. That kind of seems to be his MO, which I'm okay with. For me, what's funny is I was originally thinking like Seth Lugo, as a guy.
He just signed an extension today.
And then he just signs an extension today. And so that kind of threw me for a loop. And really, Mackenzie Gore or Joe Ryan are kind of names that kind of bubble to the top for me. But I don't know that Joe Ryan's splashy enough.
I like the Mackenzie Gore. I think the Mackenzie Gore is going to cost you Owen Casey, Triantos, maybe Wiggins. I'm one I don't want to see the Cubs give up Owen Casey.
No.
Like it's hard for me. Like it's hard for me to see Kyle Tucker and see that if he leaves, Owen Casey can fill that gap. And the way Kyle Tucker's been playing the last 2 months, Owen Casey is not going to be that much of a drop off. Like I'm going to be honest. Like Owen Casey's been playing some good ball, hitting. He strikes out a little bit more, but like fills that gap really quickly. And like I was trying to explain this to like my daughter. It's like, hey, like she just remembers the Cubs trades from when they trade Bryant and Schwarber and or trade Bryant and Baez and Rizzo. She remembers that trade deadline. And so she's now 12, going to be 13, but she still remembers that. She's like, I hate trades. It just seems weird that we're trading players. She doesn't get it. But explain the fact that like, okay, here we are. We can make our team better and try to win a championship this year at the cost of maybe future success. Would you do that knowing that you have a player like Kyle Tucker that is only there for one season and then you have to try to sign him back? And it just so happens the best player that you have that's a prospect is in that same position of Kyle Tucker. What would you do? And she's like, well, the Cubs haven't won a World Series. They've only won one in the last 100 years. Why don't you go for it? I'm like, see, that's where it's tough. Like, I'm one that I want to go for it. I want to win a World Series.
Right.
But I also love watching good baseball for 162. The years that it's really hard to watch 162 games of baseball, those are tough years.
The last 4.
And so,
I totally agree with you, Mitch. And I would be worried about selling off the farm to the point where we sell away those positions. A year or two ago, we had so many outfield prospects that potentially could have filled in. And I mean, even right now, Owen Casey in a different year would be up with the big leagues playing with how he's playing at
shoot, he
AAA.
could come up and take Cap spot and do better right now.
I was actually just thinking about that too. And Hap's got a couple years, if I remember right, on his contract. He's not like super long.
What they need is Kevin Alcantara to go off this week in the minors.
That would be fantastic.
and sell himself.
His trade stock. Yep.
So like for me, like I don't want to see Owen Casey go. I want to build a package, and I don't really want Wiggins is a great prospect pitcher. Like I don't want to see him go either. It's tough. It's always tough because they are what they are. They're prospects. They haven't proven anything in the major leagues yet. And what we're getting on these trades is proven major league product.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they might be proven, but they still got to play. What we're going to do is we're going to sell some pieces off, and they're going to come back and play us years, next year, the year after, sometime, and to beat our asses. And it's going to piss you off.
Oh, that's right.
You're not wrong. I mean, that happens with pretty much every trade, except for weirdly the PCA trade, or that when we got PCA, that one seems to have worked out. But yeah, I mean, you're going to have things like that. I mean, look at, is it Cam Smith playing for Houston right now? He's playing well. He's had up and downs, but he's also a rookie,
Yep. He's young.
So, like, overall, where I'm looking, I would love to see us get a couple more pitchers. You can never have enough starting pitching for the long haul, especially with Horton and Boyd up high on their innings counts, blowing past what they've done in the past.
See, I'm with you. I want to get one top tier guy, like
Mhm.
get Edward Cabrera or Mackenzie Gore, and then go get an Adrian Hauser from the White Sox as the like second tier guy, and then get one relief guy. And I would, if I did those three moves, I'm gonna let Suarez go.
Right.
Now, if I only
Yeah.
sign one starting pitcher, let's say I get Edward Cabrera and I get a relief pitcher, the guy from the Orioles, the what's his name, Salander or something like that. Can't remember. Good. Then I would go get Suarez, and here's what I would do. He's not to replace Matt Shaw, because Matt Shaw is batting like Scott said,
444.
444 since All-Star break, making amazing plays on defense. You know what I would do? I would put Suarez at DH and platoon Seiya and Hap in left field.
Yep. I kind of love that idea, especially both of
Because
them
you're
have
going to
have
need
been
some
rocky.
offense. You're going to need more offense.
Yes. We've really cooled off as of late on the offensive end of the. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
our relief pitching is just god awful too.
So that's my
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I want to be positive. Matt Shaw has shown that he can handle it. He's made these adjustments over the season. Each time the league has adjusted to him, he's been able to figure it out. On top of adding, I mean, he's just pulling the ball so well up in the air, especially at Wrigley. Wonder he didn't get it done. Yeah, Joe Ryan and it was Juan Duran.
Yeah, Duran is stud. I mean, that would take a lot to get both of those.
That's what Scott C said. Trade the farm. Go get him.
That's gonna take a lot.
Ah, shit. Hey, this Mizorowski's up to 78 pitches, 79 pitches.
Blow him up for the rest of the season.
I can't
He's gonna-
believe how well that first inning went.
Yeah. Well, we didn't really tattoo the ball. It was a couple errors, and
Yeah, a lot of walks.
my thing is this Mizorowski is gonna be a DeGrom. I'm just gonna call it.
Mm-hmm.
I give him like 1 or 2 good years, and then he's gonna have an arm
Elbow pain?
injury.
Elbow
Safe.
pain, shoulder tightness,
Yep.
fingernail discomfort, blisters.
Maybe blow a hammy.
Before this at bat from Nico Horner, his last 2 at bats, he had seen. You know how many pitches he had seen?
He saw 10 in the first one.
Yep.
16?
In the last 2 at bats he had 26 pitches he saw in 2 at bats.
Oh, wow.
Holy
26
smokes.
pitches.
He's been on fire with those types of at-bats lately.
Yeah.
And that one, was it just yesterday where he had the super long one and he
It was like a
got
16
base
pitch at
hit?
bat. Yeah, and they got a bat.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, he has looked great.
Safe. It's not in the back of the mitt yet.
I don't know.
It's not in the back of the mitt. It's not in the back of the
Might go
mitt.
The thing with this series versus the Brewers, looking forward, the Cubs need this game. They need the Matthew Boyd game because you're going to be he's out. Because you're going to be facing Peralta, the best 3 pitchers for the Brewers you're going to be facing. You need this game with Boyd, your best pitcher right now, pitching.
They're sending him
Is that-
back out there?
Have to,
God,
saving the bullpen. Who else they got?
Nobody.
So this series is tough for me because like I want to take. You need at least one. 2 out of 3 would be amazing. You have a 4-game series with them coming up at Wrigley in like a week and a half, 2 weeks. Like,
Yep, and you
We
want to
need-
make a statement before the trade deadline. Get
Maybe
2
a-
or 3, go into the deadline, and then they're gonna come down to Chicago, and we're gonna have a different looking starting rotation, and we can take it to them then.
okay, out of let's say Joe Ryan, Edward Cabrera, and Mackenzie Gore. Who do you want?
I was
Gore.
gonna go look up Mackenzie Gore's stats.
So the thing with Mackenzie Gore, he will be absolutely filthy, strike out like 9 and give up 1 run in 6 innings. And he'll do that for 3 or 4 starts, and then he is prone to have a clunker where he will
Gotcha.
give up like 7 runs and walk like 6.
Well, we're kind of used to that.
He has elite stuff. Elite stuff. He will walk some guys, but he has a high strikeout. Where when you look at Joe Ryan, he's just going to be pretty professional. Edward Cabrera, I would say Edward Cabrera out of stuff, he has the best stuff out of all of them.
Oh, what? For some reason, to me, I don't know that I want to get another lefty starter. We seem to have a lot of them, but I don't know that that's actually true. If that's just my perception, or I don't know that matters, actually, as much as I'm thinking. But that was kind of. That was what I was thinking. I don't remember which side of. Yeah, Joe Ryan throws right, and then Cabrera.
Cabrera's already.
Yeah, and Marlins.
There's also Sandy Alcantara too for the Marlins.
That's
but
what maybe.
He's just come back from Tommy John surgery this year. He's had kind of up and down, kind of took a little while to get back into swing of things. He's pitched well the last couple starts.
Yeah, and then he came out, and what did he say the other day? He's already packed his bags.
He's already packed his bags.
He knows he's leaving. Oh, gosh. Oh, Edward Cabrera's only 27?
Yes, 27, and he's cost control for the next 3 years.
Oh, 3 years. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm using Baseball Reference, which is not my usual go-to, and I'm like, where is that number at?
So that's where like both Mackenzie Gore and Edward Cabrera are both ones that I would want to get rather than the guy you're just going to get for this year.
Either of those guys, daywalkers like myself that have no soul.
No.
Yeah. Be a lot cooler if they were.
Well.
That's why I don't want to get rid of Owen. That's why I don't want to get rid of Owen Casey.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of ginge on this team, and it's really starting to show.
Well, if they traded Owen Casey and James Triantos, that's a lot of ginger right there. That's 2.
That's like fire truck red hair.
Well, that's what maybe Jed will pitch to them. Like, hey, you can only handle 1 ginger in this trade. 2 would be too much. You wouldn't be able to handle it.
Yeah. Marty Peavy has his hands full at AAA, trying to keep the locker room from blowing up.
Do you think if we lose this game that Jed already has a deal in place and just to build morale so Cubs Twitter doesn't blow up, that he will announce a trade right after if we lose?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've kind of been watching what's been taken and transpiring the last few series where we have a pitcher that pitches pretty poorly. We kind of lose a lopsided game. We come back, we win the next couple, one of them by the skin of our teeth. So, I mean, it's been playing out for a while, so he's got to have something going, something cooking to get us at least a starter, I would think.
Mm-hmm. I would hope so. It's good timing for it. Because unfortunately, an aspect of the MLB trade deadline is it all comes down to the last couple of hours even, and it's a whole game of who's going to be the first player to drop, and then all these other players go. I mean, like free agency.
I want to know if Scott C. from Iowa has multiple TVs on, or if he's getting like all the alerts to his phone, because apparently Suarez was just hit on the hand and left the game.
Oh.
Don't do it. Don't do it. All right, Jed.
Lots of pitchers doesn't look good.
All pitchers. Go get an extra relief pitcher just in case. And by extra, I mean like 2. Like
2. get 2 starters, I would say.
Mhm.
Let's talk a little bit about this Cubs offense, because you have, coming out of the break, you have Nico swinging the bat, you have Matt Shaw swinging the bat really well, but you're still not getting production from Dansby Swanson, from Ian Happ. Seiya Suzuki's really struggled coming out of the All-Star break, and then Kyle Tucker. I still don't think he's had a home run in July.
No.
Yeah.
I don't
So
think he has.
what? Like, we need 2 of those guys to start going. There we go. Hey, Cheerio is on like a 20-game hit streak, and we've just walked him twice. So if we just keep walking him, then he loses that hit streak.
There
I
we
like
go.
it.
I like it. Let's do it.
I can't believe you got
That'd be a
excited
Joe
about a
Madden
2-out
thing.
walk.
Mess with his head at the beginning of a series, and then just
This 2-out walk is going to result in 2 runs being scored right here when this guy hits it over the
man,
fence.
you are so negative, Jeff. So
No,
negative.
pop up, and we get out of the inning. See, there we go. And we
Thank
don't let him
goodness.
get a hit. We're going to stop that 20-game hit streak. All right, let's get back to what we're talking about, like the offense. What do we need to get some of these guys going?
A rain out.
Because we
I
have
don't know
like
if-
4 or 5 guys that are just struggle busting.
Yesterday during the broadcast, they threw up a stat. I think it was the 2nd inning, because that's when who'd we just play?
White Sox.
The White Sox, because they had done that opener and they were bringing their starter in, but their starter was facing our 7-8-9, and they were showing the stats of our 7-8-9 versus the rest of the league's 7-8-9, and it was like first in batting average, first in slugging, first in on base, first, like all these different stats. And I was sitting there thinking, going, unfortunately, the 3 in front of them are the part of the lineup that's struggling. So I don't know if it's we need to just kind of council needs to just take a bag with all their names in it, just start pulling them out randomly and just shove them into a lineup for a day or 2. My guess is some folks need to move around. I mean, Seiya looked ugly the other day.
Yeah.
Lots of strikeouts looking. And he's
I
still
don't
batting
like
third.
Michael Busch at leadoff.
Yeah.
I don't like, but Ian Happ has struggled so much that he's kind of been pushed out of there. I would like Nico Horner back there.
Yeah.
Just because there's nobody else.
Mhm.
But I don't know what.
I think
This-
isn't he platooning Bush and Horner depending on who's like the
Yes,
the
if there's a
pitcher
lefty,
matchup?
if it's a lefty, then it's Nico.
I think his hands are kind of hog-tied at the moment until somebody starts hitting. Damn it, that was a commercial. Fuck.
Got him.
God
Got
damn
him,
it.
got him, Jeff. I don't know if it's a thing of. Do you think they could go back to PCA at the start of the lineup against righties, and go Nico against lefties, and move Bush back a little bit in the lineup?
But PCA's been like not red hot
Yeah.
after the All-Star.
Or just
I'm
leave,
one-
leave Nico. Give Nico the reins. Let him
I'm
run.
one that we need Cal Tucker to get going.
Mhm.
He needs to get going. He needs to find his
That red
his
belt
slug
isn't really
stroke.
working.
like. We need it. Like we got him for this reason, to like when the lineup is struggling, that he was the most consistent guy that can like kind of break us out of that, or be the most consistent. And him going through this stretch of not providing any power and not really hitting the ball, yeah, it's cause where we lose 2 or 3 from the Royals, where we struggle with the White Sox. So like it has to be better. It has to be better, especially out of him.
And I hope he's not like hurt and like working through something, especially with Casey down at Iowa hitting so well. Like if he's hurt, give him 10 days and let him get right and pull up Casey, and let's see how that looks for a little while. Because I don't know, not necessarily worst case scenario, but a scenario could be that Casey stays up and somebody else like Happ and Seiya get a little time off to get their heads right too. Because all 3 of them have just been Not great. And Dansby's been so up and down all season too. You don't know what you're getting out of him. And Dansby seems to be the guy who, when everybody is batting well, suddenly he starts batting well. But when some people start batting poorly, he starts batting poorly.
Scott from Iowa said that Michael Bush is up to bat. Matthew Boyd wasn't himself tonight, but he did get his 1,000th strikeout of his career tonight. So congrats to Matthew Boyd there, as Michael Bush just gets a base hit here in the 5th. It is in the 5th inning. Cubs are down 4-3, 1 out in the 5th. Brewers have gone to their pen, brought in a crafty lefty, made Matt Shaw look silly in his at bat. But I'm still one that we need to get Kyle Tucker going.
Mm-hmm.
And he needs just one home run. I think if one home run, and here as Kyle Tucker pops out foul territory at third base. Come on, Kyle Tucker. Let him walk. Who cares? Don't spend the money. Keep Owen Casey.
That's where I think if he doesn't turn it on and finish the season strong, like if people are still clamoring after signing him, like you didn't pay attention to the season. But I could see a situation where he struggles for another little while and then suddenly turns it on and we get like a half in August and a September and then everybody's wanting him again. And it's one of those do you not remember the month and a half in the middle? That was make or break baseball.
That was kind of terrible, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's where you need either Tucker or Seiya, because they're both going through a little funk right now.
Yep.
You need your 2-3 guys, 2-3-4, and if PCA behind them is struggling, you need your 2-3-4 guys to get going. When they're all struggling, your lineup isn't going to function properly and put up runs like it did in the first half. You can't rely on your bottom half of your order to carry you for very much longer. They might carry you a game. They can't carry you a stretch.
No.
And so that's
Not
where
the last 8 weeks of the season. No way.
Yeah. And so it's like, yeah, they're going through a little bit since the All-Star break. 10 games. We're in a 10th game since All-Star break. Like that is a very small sample size. Need to take a little bit of a breather, but they better start turning around here soon, because that's like half a month. And when you're through a half a month of games, we're just lucky that we've been playing the Royals and the White Sox.
Right. While we go.
What do we got? Like the third easiest schedule the rest of the way?
We do.
Yeah.
Yep. After the Brewers, we have the Orioles, Cincinnati, Cardinals, Blue Jays, Pirates, and then the Brewers come to town.
Oh my God.
Which, as easy as the overall schedule is, the Jays and the Orioles they're not going to be.
Please hit the
winner has the
Brewers
best
mascot in left
Yeah,
field.
they're not going to
please.
be easy games either. You know.
Yep.
Oh,
PCA, come on.
yeah. Come on, PC.
Was that his first pitch, Mitch, or second?
First pitch.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Jeff and I are just a smidge behind you.
To be honest, I think
He got a fastball right down the middle and he missed it at 100.
I think some of these guys are like just pressing too much.
Mm-hmm. It's an interesting combination of some people are pressing too much, and I think Seiya is sitting back too much.
Yes.
Because
Seiya works best when he's aggressive. When he's aggressive at the first pitch.
Yep. But he has lately just been kind of watching and not being super aggressive. And teams have noticed they're grooving him first pitch strikes down the middle. And he's not swinging at him.
PCA got jammed and missed it.
So I was at the Friendly Confines last Wednesday. First time. Took the fam. That is a beautiful, beautiful place.
First time in your life, right?
First time in my life, yep, that I'd ever been.
On Wednesday, the game that they lost.
Yes, I saw Colin Ray, and that what we were just talking about. You know, we seem to have 2 good starts and then a clunker. That was the clunker. Also,
Yeah.
Colin Ray is ridiculously tall. Like, I did
Yes.
not realize how tall he is. I saw him walking into the stadium that morning, and I was like, holy smokes. he is a
Kevin was
huge
totally
dude.
fangirling by the players' parking lot.
Yeah.
Weren't
So
ya?
that was a funny thing. When you're up by Gallagher Way, where the players come in, there's a covered lot and it has security around it, and there's a bunch of kids wanting autographs and whatnot. But there's also the outdoor restroom. The restroom you can get to outside the stadium's right there. So I was going to the bathroom, and while I'm walking over that way, I see Dansby Swanson and Ian Happ walking towards me. I was like, what? And then I saw these kind of pickets and these blocks and some security guard folks, and then a couple of, like, clearly you could tell dads who had kids across the street that were closer to the players that could get their autographs when they came out, and they were like, oh yeah, here comes these 2. And then I think they said the only ones left that they hadn't seen yet were like Tucker, Kelly, Colin Ray, and there was a 4th person.
That's disappointing.
Blanking.
Tucker should be the first one at the ballpark. He's going through a stretch. He should be taking extra.
He was out that game.
Should be extra
He didn't play
BP.
that game. Yep.
Dang it.
Gosh.
You work through it.
Yeah, that was unfortunately they didn't let us in early enough to see BP because it was during the week. They only let you in 90 minutes early, and I guess by the time we got in there, they were done doing BP. But beautiful place. We were in. That was the heat advisory day. It was like 107 at the ballpark, but we were in the shade. We had an overhang over us. My youngest slept through a couple of innings because he got hot, and then he got tired, and then he took a nap. And then we got him ice cream, and he was ready to go for innings 5 through 9. Unfortunately, there wasn't a lot to see except for some garbage time home runs. My middle was very excited about PCA hitting a home run, and then Shaw hit one too, so he enjoyed that. But it's a beautiful place.
You know who else was
And
at
even
the game?
with him, it was me, my wife, and my 2 of my kids.
Well, no, I said, you know who else was at the game? We
Oh,
all.
who else was that?
Remember Nikayla that used to work out with us at 5?
Yes.
She was at the game.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Something I never knew or I didn't think about, you have to have a bleacher ticket to even get back behind the bleachers. Because I was doing like a lap around the whole stadium, just taking it all in, and they stop you when you get back there. And I was like, oh, crap. I was going to like sneak up and like just like, what's the view look like out here? But nope, not a thing you're supposed to do.
Yep. No.
But yeah.
Yeah. You sat on the third baseline?
Yep, we were just up from the third base itself. Something I noticed as we're sitting there, and as you know, we had multiple pitcher visits during the game. Tommy Hotovy is built. He's got
yoked.
huge arms.
He's
Like,
yoked.
and he always wears the like cutoff thing with a short sleeve shirt underneath it. And he was walking out there one time, and I think he was standing next to Colin Ray, and I'm like, he's only an inch or 2 shorter than him, and
he's yoked.
stacked.
He's got some big arms. He works out.
This is one of those. He's a coach, you know.
Oh,
he just
no.
does arm day before he goes out.
Freaking Andrew Vaughn. Is it Andrew Vaughn? Yes, Andrew Vaughn, home run.
Doesn't really matter. It's out of here.
5-3.
Gave it away.
He got
White
two
Sox.
strikes.
White Sox should have kept him.
Oh my god.
The Brewers are beating us in 2 ways. Savelli, who pitched game 1 of the White Sox Cubs series, who shoved, and we lost 12-5, started the season with the Brewers, and they put him in the bullpen, and he demanded a trade, and they traded him for Andrew Vaughn. So not only did he beat us, that whole trade has now beat us in 2 games.
Gross.
Heck yes. Just fantastic.
All right, well, we're going to call it a night, but
Mitch.
thanks for listening to the Dingers podcast, and we'll be back on next week, probably for the trade deadline
Post-trade
recap.
deadline. Talk
So-
about all the trades we made, how
It's-
great the team is.
Hopefully that we're still in first place.
Don't get super excited. There's not going to be a lot to talk about. Minimal
Oh,
trades.
jeepers, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. All right. Well, I'm going to go and watch the rest of the Cubs game. Go Cubs. Let's get a comeback win. It would be great in Wrigley North. So go Cubs, and thanks for listening.